Really? Broad butts being banned. Oh.
Television has lived on in its form right through till today. Of course it's more polished and the technology has moved forward from the large, unwieldy TVs to the super slim LEDs. However, at the turn of the 21st century, we are witnessing technologies that have the capability to change how we view content and furthermore have the potential to change the dominant design. VCRs have been around since the 1950s, but digital video recorders or DVRs such as TiVo have meant that people have been able to download and skip adverts, which is a source of revenues for network providers. Media companies sued DVR manufacturer Replay TV in order to prevent such features such as skipping entire commercials automatically without even recording them and sending recorded programs over the internet. Even though this simplified life for the consumer, it complicated the entertainment business for providers. These new innovations brought about a simpler, more cost-effective way for people to view their content in a way that was different from pre-programmed channels. They targeted customers in a way, offering them something that would be supplementary to traditional TV content. In many ways, early DVR market of the late 1990s was an early warning to content and network providers of what was to come. High-speed broadband access led to content that would normally be in the realm of TV being accessible via the internet. This changed the way in which consumers can access media such as news or their favourite TV shows, and this in turn places a greater emphasis on the existing commercial networks to find new ways to get people to view their content in the traditional way. We're now entering a new phase of television usage which is characterised by migration to the internet. The current phase is accompanied by, or will be accompanied by anyway, a rise in real-time shifted consumption, with social networks and technical solutions that allow the internet content to be accessed from a television set.
Back when there were only a few networks, watching TV was pretty simple. You turned on the TV, and if you didn't like what was playing, you changed the channel. But these days, TV can be pretty complicated. Figuring out what you want to watch is hard enough, and that's only the beginning. Once you've chosen a program, you have to figure out when it's playing and which of hundreds of channels it's on. It's like you have to change your schedule to fit your TV's schedule. In fact, many of us end up watching videos on the web because it's easier to find the things you want. I mean, think about it. More and more of our favorite shows and videos are showing up online these days, and you can get to them really easily, whenever you want, just by typing in what you're looking for.
We can see that companies such as YouTube, Hulu and Netflix are starting to develop their own content, which goes beyond their traditional business models. The fact that you can watch thousands of shows on demand and that there are fewer traditional adverts means that this market is rapidly growing. The long tail principle applies here because traditional television can only display so many shows per day, while these companies have extensive databases which can satisfy most people's needs. Even though some of the shows they host on their servers may only be watched 3 or 4 times a year, all of these niche shows can generate revenues comparable with the top 100 most viewed shows. Jason Kilner, the CEO of Hulu, stuck his neck out when he proposed that the dominant design was becoming obsolete. He said, "Advertisers are increasingly expecting to present their advertising message to their desired audience, and not to anyone else. For over 60 years, video advertising could only be bought via a TV show's projected audience, which served as a blunt proxy for certain target audience. The result has been many wasted impressions and often irrelevant experiences for consumers. In the near future, advertisers will demand the ability to target their message to people rather than targeting their message to TV shows as proxies for people." But how disruptive has it really been? The television has not been replaced as a primary method of accessing digital content. We can see that demand for TVs has been supported by innovations in design ranging from high definition to 3D. These advancements in television have delivered an enhanced experience and have meant that consumers have been willing to invest in the technology and additionally the content. While people are willing to watch content online, there are limits to what they are able to access for free, and the methods for accessing premium content mean they still under the traditional methods such as subscription or allowing advertising to receive their content. However, in 2009 the UK became the first large economy to see a paradigm shift in advertising. The internet now accounts for 23.5% of all advertising money spent in the UK, while TV ad spend accounts for only 21.9% of marketing budgets. All the conditions for the television industry's migration to the internet are now in place. Consumers are comfortable with online visual consumption, while technical solutions that allow people to watch internet content on their television sets has now been implemented. Access is possible from mobile phones to much of the premium content which is also available on the web. The online video quality of services is improving, while new players from the industries related to the television industry have aligned their strategies. While this migration will be gradual, it will have a deep-seated impact on the industry. The executive rights model will no longer be standard, while some consumers will abandon traditional networks altogether. Also, a globalization trend will be sparked to benefit the major rights holders. Unlike the music and print media industries, the television industry is gaining strong position on the web. As a result, television is poised to play a central role in video services. This offensive strategy is likely to pay off down the line, but does not entirely eliminate the possibility of destroying value. There are structural reasons for this, including fiercely competitive online advertising markets and a lack of control over program circulation.
The most important innovation of the TV was to enrich the radio experience with motion and images. As the audience could use not only the hearing but also the vision, the amount of information available increased dramatically. Perhaps the future is waiting for us with even richer experiences combining all our senses for home entertainment purposes. In the future, we might be able to live a story rather than watch a movie. We will be able to go where we have never been or returning to a place that we have visited before. Moreover, we will be able to access our entertainment source wherever we are from different devices, and we will use those devices for several tasks. Convergence will be true. However, there are two variables that might shape the future of the use of the technology for entertainment purposes. The first one is the ownership and control of the knowledge. Regarding this variable, the question is if the consumers will control the content or the corporations will counterattack the 2.0 movements, making places like YouTube a minor business. The second variable is the velocity of change. Are we expecting a radical change in the following years? Or this process is an evolution rather than a revolution? The combination of these variables are in the following scenarios for the once called home entertainment industry.
Man is God. He is everywhere, he is anybody, he knows everything. This is the Prometheus new world, the prosumer, a producer and a consumer of information. Anyone can be a prosumer. The news channels become available on the internet. Blogs become more influential than the old media. Newspapers are released for free. At the corners of the streets, totems print pages from blogs and digital magazines. Millions of people are now getting used to the internet, many virtual worlds. Around 2011, the tipping point is reached. Advertisement investments are done on the net. The electronic paper is a mass product. Anyone can read anything on plastic paper. In 2015, newspapers and broadcasting television disappear. Digital terrestrial is abandoned. The radio goes on the internet. Advertisement is chosen by the content creators, by the authors themselves, and becomes information, comparison, experience. Amazon creates Place, a company that replicates reality. You can be on Mars, at the Battle of Waterloo, at the Super Bowl as a person. It's real. In 2027, Second Life evolves in the spirit. People will become who they want and share the memory, the experiences, the feelings. Memory selling becomes normal trading. Experience is the new reality.
The digital revolution allowed the creation of a long tail of multimedia content. Different aggregators, like Hulu, have hundreds of millions of programs available for all kinds of consumers. Consumers believe
that almost everything is there, even 60 years of The Tonight Show. Every single program from 1954 until The Last Night Show are there. The business model remains similar, with selective advertisement that can be skipped by the audience but don't bother at all. However, all the content is available for different devices like mobiles and tablets, and is massively advertised as a freedom for the consumers. But it is? Hulu is still owned by Disney, NBC, and the News Corporation, three of the biggest media conglomerates. Those companies, along with other big players of the industry, are the owners of all the content and have enough power to decide on the content of all the aggregators, except for some regional developments. Again, we are locked in the Hollywood world.